Oh, it's been a while. And, more recently, for Warframe, they updated it to where I can actually do the Whispers in the Walls quest. So, we're doing that today. Oh, also, Dog Days is here. Really fun event, honestly. Gives a good amount of rewards. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, I don't speak Void. What? I guess we could call that a Sphinx Kavat. Get off that table, you. Hammer time!
Oh, my lonely vigil is over. Allow me to know, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they sleep in peace. But a solitary dream plagues me.
Alright, I'll stay quiet.
Constructs cannot dream. And yet, I have. In my dream, one single name repeats. Kalimos.
Well, now I can come in here as my operator. Or, not as my operator, as my, Warframe.
This was no dream, Tenno. It was a precept. The Kalimo sequence.
Now I wonder what we're gonna be doing with that big old floating thing there.
I must fulfill this dormant precept. The Kalimos sequence has begun, and it cannot be undone.
So what are we doing with the big old key thing there? Ah, nothing? It's just a bunch of scrap at this point? Okay. Love to know what that was for. Of course he had another secret lab. And yeah, there's all the Requiem symbols.
I have one responsibility in the
Just gonna whoop.
awaken the sleep. But I cannot do it.
Light up walls.
I fear we are off the edge of the map and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project. The vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleepers.
Hello, who's knocking at the door?
Let us hope the sleeper is a troubled message. Strange sound.
Just how big is this lab? So, real quick thing, this is Corvix that I'm playing right now. He's the Warframe you'll get for completing this quest. And his abilities are the pillar right there. It pulses radiation damage. His second ability I have subsumed off. He makes two walls and then just claps them together, basically. His third ability is aiding in his tankiness, being the highest space armor character in the game. Doing this gives him these little plates that will absorb status effects for you. And then let me find a group of enemies for his fourth ability. Ah, yes. So he's got a demon core in his chest. And the cool thing is, what that does is it'll mark targets, causing them to explode, and if an enemy is hit by the explosion, they will also detonate it as well if they have a radiation proc on them. Your pillars will activate them as well.
No doubt it holds the secrets of the vessels and of the Kalimos sequence. Take it, Tenno.
Alright. New weapon type. I get book. I have gun. So that's the alt fire. Primary fire. Just a normal shoot. Wait, do I have a second grimoire now because I did this? It's gonna be weird just seeing a second grimoire in my thing. He was fast asleep, okay. Ah, there you are. Just trying to alt fire. And yes, these things are moddable, like all weapons. Oh. It's you. Hello? Aha! Hey, Destiny? The Witness... Yeah, I think he's a kitten compared to this. Because, this thing doesn't need something like the Traveler or the Darkness to just manipulate reality. Hey! Stop it! None of that! This is not a horror movie! Well, it's not meant to be. Be gone! So yeah, both those and the robots earlier are part of the new faction, the Murmur. Uh-huh. Hello? Wake up, sir! That's the fastest cryo sleep I've ever seen. My plates.
The sequence has begun. Did he send you? Is he? No. No, of course he didn't. That would be impossible.
This is, well, Lloyd, the original. All emotional centers very much intact. Did you have a good sleep?
Ah, the helpful necroloid my Albrecht had made, so that I might have assistance and company. Perhaps that made it easier for him to leave. Resume your duties, construct.
Resume your duties, construct.
Hey, don't be mean to my Lloyd.
This is a Tenno, an orphan of the void, continuing the struggle our master abandoned.
Abandoned, you say?
A Tenno. A deserter, presumably.
Aye!
Is it not aware there's a war going on?
Years ago, mate.
So, the war, too, is just a memory.
You moving, Lloyd? Come on, let's get out of here. Where's that? Oh, phone. Alright, let's get out of here, back to the lab. Weird way to do a door, mate. Oh.
Tenno, while Void completes his inspections, you'd better meet the Carvier, a reminder of darker times. Though Master Entrati always hoped the awaited operator would be able to understand them.
Alright. Before that, we shall swap to another. The other frame that came out before. Dante. Okay. So a fish. Bird. Jeez, extreme depression. Oh.
Experiment, one might say.
Albrecht left a great deal.
Hey, that's an eye of 10. Gimme. Gimme.
The vessels are unfinished, like a book one might one day return to. Operable, barely. The sequence dictates them to wait for their operator. Clearly that cannot be you.
Oh.
Oh, it can. Tenno, Master Entrati's grimoire suggests you are the key. That colorless antique there? Use it.
You mean the little computer? Quick little hack. What is this?
This isn't right. The transference stream. It's being diverted.
To where? Alright, sorry about that. So, yeah, copyrighted music.
Arthur, find a terminal. Check in. I need to know you made it.
Woof. Okay there, mate.
Feels like this. Somewhere in my head.
Nearly done with this bitch of a year. I wish we could just start over. Find that Dr. Entrati bastard on day one. Then I wouldn't be alone on years.
Oh. Okay then. Alright.
They found me. Keep going, Arthur. Find Dr. Entrati. Follow him into hell if you have to.
Oh, no. Yeah, again, the music played, so copyright. Okay.
You are late.
Right, I know that smile. Okay. Got that back.
So, Albrecht made it to 1999 in the case. But that thing is still on his heels. Albrecht rarely smiled after his return from the void. And never like that. I smashed the casket for nothing! It followed him anyway!
Oh boy.
Silence, creatures! It seems seems the murmur overloaded your connection. Unfortunately for Albrecht's cherished POM 2, not as future-proof as the label claimed. Alas.
Uh-oh.
The reticular sensory network I installed. Our eyes and ears. To arms, Tenor! Play the warrior, and leave the tactics to me. Construct.
Alright, I guess.
Your one
Why is it saying I can talk to the fish?
Be with the family. They must be kept in the state of ignorance to which my Albrecht so wisely consigned them.
Oh, that was on me.
Yes. I see. Until we meet again, Tenno.
Oh, I need the grimoire equipped. Whoops. Oh, that's kind of stupid, but okay. Where is my grimoire? There it is. Oh, on this side. Could've swore it was that door. I got my book at the ready. And my other book at the ready. So is this sensory system you were talking about? That's an actual ear. Boom! So for Dante here, his first ability, unlike other Warframes, is actually his exalted weapon, Noctua. Its primary fire actually shoots basically bouncing bullets if it hits a target. Well, technically bouncing pages. And then the alt fire, it's a big old wave like that. Second ability is Light Verse. You grant yourself and allies Overguard. Does not apply to defenses. And if you do your fourth ability, it grants even more and Overguard regen. If you use your third ability, you get Dark Verse. Apply slash procs to all enemies in vision. And it does like 2 stacks of slash procs, which is honestly really good. But then, if you have 2 uses of Dark Verse, as you've seen me doing, you can use your fourth ability, Final Verse, to cause a big old explosion, which its damage increases per status effect it detonates, being heat, toxin, or slash, because those are the damage over time ones. It is honestly super powerful. No, granting the enemy healing. That's cheating. You will die. Now, the other things for Final Verse, if you do a light and then a dark, you make Noctua float beside you. And it'll actually, do, I think it was 30% of normal Noctua's damage at the target that you damage. So, you hit someone and it'll fire alongside it. Then, if you do a Dark Verse, then Light Verse, you'll get Page Flight. You make birds. They apply a debuff that makes enemies take increased damage from all status effects. Oh, and also status effects got a rework recently. Blast damage. Mwah! Perfect! And, yeah, I thought so, Lloyd. That's an eye. Guess he wasn't kidding about our eyes and ears. Now, this is a special version of defense. just like the one for getting the character Citrine, you have to do this version to get certain things called tome mods. And tome mods are what you can put into any tome, including Noctua, and they gain different effects off of like on kill or on alt fire hit, such as ability strength, efficiency, duration, range, like giving energy, regen, granting fire rate, reducing enemy armor, and so on and so forth. I just like using all of my like verses basically. And just like the thing for with Citrine, if you collect these things, the glyphs there, collecting enough of them will overcharge the objective. In this case, spawning Corvex pillars. I think they're called Shrinka pillars or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. And they will also grant the defense an overshield. Just gonna grab that. Thank you. Can you not? Thank you. Unfortunately, we only have the two tomes at this point. The Grimoire and Noctua exclusive on Dante. Okay, I guess that's finished. But yeah, the whole weapon is basically major support weapon. You okay there, fish?
You're right, fish. Lloyd could never figure things out. We have nothing to worry about.
I do not like you. I do not like you, kiddo.
No secrets to the murmur. I shall immolate the lot of them. Promise or no promise? It seems Albrecht said more than we heard. Despite the signal becoming corrupted, his words to you are preserved in the transference buffer. We should extract them. But for that, the POM-2 requires a replacement board. And those are all hidden away in the Netra cells. You do understand that accessing a Netra cell without a key glyph is completely impossible?
Oh, thank you.
A key glyph. So, the Carvia have provided the very item we require. Very well. Proceed to the Netrocell at your own risk, Tenno. That babbling oddity
You know what?
may be sending you into
Having a bit of fun.
And if you do end up in one,
And yes, I got the heirloom skin. I just think the glow part is like really good. I know some of you are gonna say something about it.
Glyphs are a heavy burden for living beings to bear. Each type will indeed have its own way.
Oh, right. I had the one key, so it's only the one modifier. So this is called a Netrocell activity. basically, you could do up to 5 of them. It's a sortie sort of thing. Or actually, I think they doubled the amount a while back. But what this does is it's basically a harder activity. When you're playing it normally, you have to collect 4 like things at the start there, and you only need to have 1 equipped basically if you're in a full group, because then each person can take 1 for themselves. But if you are playing by yourself, that's going to be a bit terrifying, because then you have to have all 4 debuffs applied to you. Like having your health drained so long as you're moving. Gotta reload. Have some of that. That's what they'll have to. Oh. Leave me alone, kiddo! Time to run!
My apologies, Tim. I shall refrain from further.
Woo! Forgot about those explosions. Huh. Thank you, Ember. Why is it marking over here? Oh, right. Okay, so part of this whole thing is you gotta find like where the Netracell is, and part of that is you can go to areas like this over here. Or wait a minute. Am I going away from it, or no? Wait, I recall there were like 2 over here. I just want to show off the bonus real quick for this. Yeah, there's like 2 over here. So first off, there's this one. I can't see much, Ember. Thinking overheat. Right, other one. So yeah, as you can see, there's now this like yellow ring on the map here. That is to indicate that it's now trying to track its location. So now, as you can see, it's shrinking. And I believe you get something extra for doing the bonus. Like, I'm not entirely sure for, like, the normal one. And I highly doubt it for this one, but still. Good to do that bonus to help in, like, figuring out where to go. Was it seriously right through this door here? Yes, it was. Oh, that was easy. Alright, found its location. That in? Alright, so the objective now is I have to kill enemies within this red area here. Because the sinking security system is a piece of crap. Yep. Every so often, this will happen, like twice in your mission. And when this happens, you gotta run through, find one of these little guys, blow them up, and then run back. Yeah, this is a lot easier than a normal Netro cell. There he is. Yep, when you break the last one, at a certain point, the thing like just has enemies get stronger. And there we go. That's over. You can go in. And you can usually get Archon shards here, as well as melee stuff. This is not normal for it.
Left well enough alone, kiddo. It'll never get better if you keep on picking at it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to you.
Excellent. Return to me with the broad tale.
Also, there is another activity in here called a Deep Archimedean, where you can use 2 charges of the Netrocell thing to do a 3-round activity where you cannot go back to your ship to restock or anything, or swap weapons and all that. And each modifier you do use one of 3 specific frames, weapons, and having certain modifiers active will give you better rewards. There you go.
Thank you. A moment, please.
Thank you.
Would you do the honors?
Okay.
Mother, Tenno, forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Kalemos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, he'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Alright, well, I already did that. Don't know why it's having me go back to the orbiter.
The Jahu Gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what Thor will do to
Oh,
us.
right, it was needing me to come here to craft and then I go back. I'm gonna play Verona for this. I forgot if I, why is it saying? You know what? Ignore that. Go over here. And bang.
Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but given how he used people and threw them away, you may not have cared for your safety. If that gargoyle is a threat, you must take it from the sanctum immediately. Now, activate it.
Alright.
At last! If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tenno, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lord, let them figure it out. Here, in the jar. What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain. Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht used you.
Okay.
Carve your voice. Just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then. The best of what's left. Clearly, Papa's plan was countered. Color me surprised. Right then. We may proceed with the sequence.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in the sequence?
Indeed we have. Oh, come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spare the rod and spoiled. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Tenno, the grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run along.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the carver, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk! I can talk! Hey, hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
I'll be gone too. Allow me to boil this down for you. Should this corrupting touch reaches
So this is Verona. I forgot if I ever did a video on her. But her first ability is just a quick stealth ability. And I forgot if it was crit chance or... I forgot if it was crit chance or status effect damage for it if you do a melee attack with it. The second ability, you apply 5 random status effects at max stacks to all nearby enemies. And if they die, they will spread the effect. Your third ability, whenever you kill an enemy that is affected by 5 or more status effects, aka anyone affected by your 2 basically, you will you will have the ability to generate health or energy orbs. I forgot the conditions for both. And then finally, your 4, you just start leaping around, and when you're stationary, yeah, she kind of goes on all fours, like a wolf or whatever, like her theming. And you get to do this leap that does an AoE slash proc. I have a augment that makes it to where whenever a enemy dies under a slash proc, I get a charge back. Though technically the other nearby enemies are not hit by a slash proc, just damage ticks. Whenever you get a actual kill with it, you actually get a damage multiplier. As you can see right there, times 3, times 5, all the way to times 10. Though I did see it go to times 11 before the augment came out. Would have liked it if it was infinitely stacking. And yes, it has quite a bit of range. And also, the cool thing about this story mission, it's basically introducing you to every, like, mission type you're going to be doing in this, like, area. Think of this as sort of like Fortuna, almost, but instead of open world area, it's, like, just a hub area with additional, like, nodes nearby. Oh, that's status spread. Oh yeah, and also her ult deals more damage per status effect on the target. Alright, give me that. Give me that page. Come on. I can't believe I'm taking orders from a fish.
How about you give me the page instead, kiddo? Consider it part of our deal.
How about no? Considering I don't like you. Alright, give me that. Alright. Oh, okay. Okay, do we have a normal grimoire here, or do we have a stinking Necronomicon or something?
There! It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Oh, you're mad. I'm sorry, what was that fish? Okay. Definitely wasn't teleported right. Let me out! Is that a Zylok? That's a normal Zylok. I thought you would have a Prime. Think you're a threat? Come on! I did this with Steinax! Alright. What's next? Okay. I'm sorry, what was this saying? What'd you just call me? There's ones on the walls that I didn't even notice. Guess that tracks whispers in the walls. Right! I forgot about this nightmare fuel. Why can't I damage him?
The grimoire must speak with its own voice.
Here's the book. Don't know why I was carrying my shotgun with it.
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare your lives. You gave me back my voice. I never spoke to
I can't target it.
even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me. Your sole desire was to suffer it in my stead.
Come on! Come on! Where you going, huh? Where you going, huh? I'm gonna stack this thing up so that I can activate its effect. Oh, you're there. Leave him alone! Right. Forgot the book.
On your first day of service, you aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been
Alright. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Let's activate this passive. Eat my shotgun. He ain't happy. I got a shotgun. What are you gonna do? Okay, never mind on my shotgun. I got an idea. Nope. Where'd he go? Out of the way! Move, you stupid thing! Ow.
This still is... Tenno! No.
So yeah, this is how the lab looks now.
The strand of claw has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. He said, "Do not let it see you weeping, Lloyd."
We had a deal. The deal was shook. A little handshake, all it took. Though from the deal, the wee child ran.
Yet still, we end as we began.
We've had a few.
And there's the Whispers in the Walls quest.
But we are
Now, as I said, this is a whole syndicate thing. Fibonacci, the fish, is who we talk to for whenever we go to rank up and selecting missions, or bounties rather, to get reputation. Lloyd has multiple functions. We can exchange these things that you can find in missions for reputation.
maybe I'll just
We can trade for them using resources.
I'll just pop off and find
We can give him arcanes to get this new resource, Phosphor, and we can use that to, along with 50,000 credits, get arcanes from all of these areas in sets of 3. Of course, it costs 200 Phosphor, and
and the Phosphor shall flow.
yeah, not a lot of them give a ton of that.
Very good, Tenno.
And then, finally,
Let's
after starting a side thing, this is how you get Dante, as well as 2 other Incarnon weapons. Some Catchasines, a Simulacrum thing, and credits, Ribbon Transmuter, all that.
Well done. Company is always welcome.
Then the others are Bird,
Hey, how's it going?
or Bird 3, who you can talk to get Eidolon lenses, which is really helpful. That hammer that Lloyd was using. A Grimoire blueprint, if you accidentally sold it or something, I don't know. Helmuth Coalescent segment. This is for combining Archon shards together for fusion, and you can even take, I think it was 3 or maybe 4 of the same color to make a Tau Forged. Melee arcane adapters, because we have melee arcanes here, other than just for Zaws, as well as the Necromech mods here, and Corvex. And to go with this whole thing, you would get in the mail a thing called Tennokai. It's a special mod that is, whenever you deal damage with your melee, randomly this icon will show up in the middle of your screen on your reticle, and if you perform a heavy attack, it'll be faster and take away no combo multiplier.
Oh, I knew you'd come back.
Alright, and then finally, we have Tagfer over here. He's who you talk to for Netracells, and this is Netracells. Possible rewards are melee arcanes, Archon shards, Tau Forged Archon shards, and the uncommon is melee arcane adapters. But of course, modifiers. Enemies are stronger, and they get even stronger per squad mate. No self revives, but teammates. Well, yeah, no. You can only be revived by other teammates, so kind of build a bit tanky. And no consumables or summons. So you can't call in like Call and his crew or anything like that. And then finally, as well, the newer thing, Lloyd right here. I don't know why it's not letting me, but you can talk to Lloyd here, as in Necroloid, to start that deep Archimedean thing I was telling you about. And yeah. That was the Whispers in the Walls quest. Now, as I was saying before there, for Corvex, he's tied to that quest. You get his blueprint, and you can get his parts from the defense and all that stuff. Dante, you actually get something in the mail from the Laverian guy. And when you head here, this is an empty display where he would have put stuff for his best friend, Dante, for, in his Laverian. But I guess times were tough or whatever. He sold it to Parvos. You know, the guy from, where's the quest here? I know it's around here. Well, whatever the quest was for getting Protea. Oh, there it is. Deadlock Protocol. And yeah, that kind of feels like a mistake, because Parvos ain't that nice of a guy. So yeah. That is how you get Dante and Corvix, and on top of that, you also get this whole area. You got Disruption, the normal thing. Assassination, which is that thing. Mirror defense, just like the high Orvis. You do that whole swap in between defense objectives every 5 rounds. Alchemy, where a device will show up in the map, and you have to fill it up using these things that enemies will drop. Like, you just pick them up and chuck it at the thing. Once that's done, you gotta shoot these nodes to decrease the heat, overheat meter or whatever. And that's all that is. Survival and extermination. Just gonna head back in real quick for the Archimedia thing so that I can show you this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, this is the modifier thing. So, as you can see, you need to have one of these frames equipped, one of these weapons, which I only have the Zenith for that, one of these secondaries, one of these melees, Knife Step Syndrome, lose 2 health when moving, ammo restores by drops, and gear is reduced by 75%. Lose 2 energy per enemy within 10 meters. Activating an ability inflicts 50 damage upon you. And then you could do Elite, making it even harder. And you get 3 missions here, as you can see, Exterminate, Alchemy, Disruption. For Disruption, they actually replaced the Demolists with the Necromechs. And then for rewards here, you get, yeah, that one you have to do Elite for. But you can get Archon Shards, Melee Arcanes, Tau Forged, and Melee Arcane Adapters, as well as Entrati Lanthrum, and all these extra rewards. And the more you get, the better the loot. And that is all for down here in the Sanctum. Alright. So next time, I will make the video for Jade Shadows. This one, I'm just gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna say it in that video. Major spoilers ahead. Not like in terms of just like this story of like fighting Manny, Man in the Wall, and all that kind of stuff. More so just spoilers for a very like short but sad and really good story mission. See you guys then.